What's up, superstars? It's Christine Horn with HollywoodBoundActors.com, and welcome to part 3 of 5 of the Self-Tape Audition Tips series. Today I want to talk about do's and don'ts. Now, before I get into it, be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Come on, people, subscribe, please. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button for me. And if you missed part 1 and 2, please go back and check it, because that's the foundation of everything we're doing in this 5-part series. I want to make sure that your self-tapes are killer, on point, and that they get you booked, or at least called back, pinned, and requested again for casting offices. So let's talk about little do's and don'ts. Now, I don't even have a full list here today. I just want to talk about some that are off the top of my off the dome. Number 1, for your self-tapes, make sure you never look at the camera. You should never be looking at the camera. The only time you look at the camera directly is if, like, you're doing maybe playing a journalist and you are doing the news at that moment. Like, we're here live for such and such and such and such. Like, that's the only time you really need to be looking at the camera. Another don't is do not use props. Now, if you need to hold a pen, or if the scene calls for a phone, that's like as far as I go. Now, sometimes I will have something in my hand that is off camera, like just so for me to hold onto, like a pen. If I want to do something and in my mind, I'm writing something down, but it doesn't have to be up here. Another don't is don't feel like you have to use your body for a bunch of stuff. Be very aware that this is a small space and you have to work this area. Don't also be off center, right? It's one thing if you're walking into the scene, hey, what's up, John? How you doing? Right? It's one thing if you're doing something like that, but if you spend your whole audition over here like this and you have all this empty space, it looks weird. Like, why you do that? Like, don't do that. Another don't, never have a reader in the camera with you. This is not like scene study or theater class. The reader should always be off camera, okay? Do have good lighting, do have good sound, do dress the part. Now, this is a touchy subject because many casting directors will tell you don't use costumes. So that's not what I'm saying to do. However, you must allude to the character that you're playing. I actually have a doctor's jacket, a lab coat. I have scrubs. I have different outfits. I have like my standard go-to. So you want to start creating your standard go-tos. If you're going to play a lawyer, I have one outfit that I wear almost all the time for a lawyer, like lawyer, district attorney, FBI agent. Like, it's like the same blazer, the same blouse, the same slacks. Like, it just stays in a certain area of my closet because I'm always using that. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for every single audition, especially if the type of character comes up over and over again. But make sure you're dressing the part. Just because, a lot of actors feel like, I have to look like my headshot. This is the headshot they submitted. This is usually a big issue for my women. And as a woman who changes her hair all the time, yes, wigs, right? I could care less about what my headshot looks like. What does this character require, right? That's the question I ask. I've booked roles where I've had on a wig down to here, honey. When I was on Good Girls on NBC, like, ooh, that character was va-va-voom. She was sexy. It was season 1 of Good Girls, if you want to check it out. And I was like, ooh, let me look in this bin of wigs and find this one. And then, ooh, think about what colors represent your character. That's something that's really important. So for me, this character was va-va-voom. She was sexy. She was oozing. To me, that screams red, fire, sex, right? So I had a red dress, my long wig, honey, and then I booked it. You have to remember that casting directors, producers, they are people just like you. They need to be sold on the vision. It might be on paper, but until you show them who you are and then how you bring this character to life, you'll be surprised. Like, you want to take them on the journey. It's bad enough you are just in a room, you're just on a backdrop. It's not like you're using props, which is another thing I want to tell you. Do not ever set up a scene. Don't ever do a self-tape like in a hotel room with tables and props and chairs. Never, never do that. You are to bring this to life. So if you're in a crowded room, okay, man, okay, let go of me, okay? Hey, John, right? It's like all that stuff. You create the environment. But this is all that you get. And so what that teaches casting directors and producers is that, wow, you were able to bring this character to life. You were able to suck me in with the emotion, with the attention, with a great backdrop. Imagine what you could do when you're on set with everything else that you need. So don't lose sight of the fact that it's your responsibility to bring these characters to life. And that means clothes, that means hair. You make the choice, because when you become a big celebrity, people are going to look to you and say, what do you think? When I'm in the makeup chair shooting a television show, they say, Christine, what do you think this character, what kind of lipstick would she wear? Or how do you think your hair would be? When I go to my fittings, do you like this outfit? Would your character wear this? It becomes a dialogue. When you first start out and you're looking for that first co-star role, and that's something I definitely help actors with, so stay in my community, you're just happy to be there, right? And you'll just, if it's 2 lines, if it's 2 pages, like you just want to be there, you want to be seen, not heard, don't mess up your lines and go home and get your check, right? But as you evolve, you're going to see that it's necessary for you to contribute. So I want to make sure that you have the seed now, that it's important you're thinking about all these aspects. And that's what makes a successful self-tape. Listen, if you are enjoying this, give me a thumbs up really quick, and also make sure you subscribe to this channel. But more importantly, I have an amazing community called the Booking Magnet Academy. It's my online monthly membership. It's the #1 virtual training center for actors who want to know how to book film and television roles over and over and over again. I used to have 0 bookings. Like, I went from theater trying to go to TV and had 0, like I could not understand what I was doing wrong. I knew I was talented, I knew I had the skill, but like I could not book. So I took years of figuring it out, and now this is what I teach. So if you're feeling this training, I want you to highly consider joining my Booking Magnet Academy. It's a monthly membership where you get this kind of training and more. I mean, it is just amazing. The link is below so you can check it out. So stay tuned for part 4 of this self-tape series. It'll be out tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.